Sefer Bereshyte, the book of Genesis, chapter 32, Parsha Vayishlach, Torah Portion, he sent. And Yaakov sent messengers before him to Esau his brother in the land of Seir, the field of Edom. And he commanded them, saying, Say this to my master Esau, your servant Yaakov said this, I have sojourned with Laban and stayed there until now. And I have bulls and donkeys, flocks and male and female servants. And I have sent to inform my master to find favor in your eyes. So the messengers returned to Yaakov, saying, We came to your brother Esau, and he also is coming to meet you, and 400 men with him. And Yaakov was greatly afraid and distressed. So he divided the people that were with him, and the flocks and herds and camels, into 2 groups. And he said, If Esau comes to the one group and strikes it, then the other group which is left shall escape. And Yaakov said, O Elohim of my father Abraham, and Elohim of my father Yitzchak, Yahweh, who said to me, Return to your land and to your relatives, and I do good to you. I do not deserve the least of all the loving commitment and all the truth which you have shown your servant, for I passed over this Yarden with my staff, and now I have become 2 groups. Deliver me, I pray, from the hand of my brother, from the hand of Esau, for I fear him, lest he come and shall strike me and the mother with the children. For you said, I shall certainly do good to you, and shall make your seed as the sand of the sea, which are too numerous to count. And he spent the night there, and took what came to his hand as a present for Esau his brother, 200 female goats and 20 male goats, 200 ewes and 20 rams, 30 suckling camels with their colts, 40 cows and 10 bulls, 20 female donkeys and 10 foals. And he gave into the hand of his servants every drove by itself, and said to his servants, Pass over before me, and put some distance between drove and drove. And he commanded the first one, saying, When Esau my brother meets you and asks you, saying, To whom do you belong, and where are you going, and whose are these in front of you? Then you shall say, They are your servant Yaakov's. It is a present sent to my master Esau. And see, he also is behind us. So he commanded the second and the third, and all who followed the droves, saying, Speak to Esau this same word when you find him. And you shall say, Also look, your servant Yaakov is behind us. For he said, Let me appease him with the present that goes before me, and after that see his face. He might accept me. And the present passed over before him, but he himself spent the night in the camp. And he rose up that night, and took his 2 wives, and his 2 female servants, and his 11 sons, and passed over the ford of Yabbok. And he took them, and sent them over the stream, and sent over what he had. And Yaakov was left alone, and a man wrestled with him until the breaking of day. And when he saw that he did not overcome him, he touched the socket of his hip, and the socket of Yaakov's hip was dislocated as he wrestled with him. And he said, Let me go, for the day breaks. But he said, I am not letting you go until you have blessed me. So he asked him, What is your name? And he said, Yaakov. And he said, Your name is no longer called Yaakov, but Yisrael, because you have striven with Elohim and with men, and have overcome. And Yaakov asked him, saying, Please let me know your name. And he said, Why do you ask about my name? And he blessed him there. And Yaakov called the name of the place Peniel, for I have seen Elohim face to face, and my life is preserved. And the sun rose on him as he passed over Penuel, and he limped on his hip. That is why the children of Israel to this day do not eat the sinew of the hip, which is on the socket of the thigh, because he touched the socket of the thigh of Yaakov in the sinew of the hip. And Yaakov lifted his eyes and looked, and saw Esau coming, and with him 400 men. And he divided the children among Leah and Rachel, and the 2 female servants. And he put the female servants and their children in front, and Leah and her children behind, and Rachel and Yosef last. And he himself passed over before them, and bowed himself to the ground 7 times, until he came near to his brother. And Esau ran to meet him, and embraced him, and fell on his neck, and kissed him, and they wept. And he lifted his eyes, and saw the women and children, and said, Who are these with you? And he said, The children with whom Elohim has favored your servant. Then the female servants came near, they and their children, and bowed themselves. And Leah also came near with her children, and they bowed themselves. And Joseph and Rachel came near, and they bowed themselves. Then Esau said, What do you mean by all this company which I met? And he said, To find favor in the eyes of my master. But Esau said, I have enough, my brother. Let what you have remain yours. And Jacob said, No, please, if I have now found favor in your eyes, then receive my present from my hand. Because I have seen your face like seeing the face of Elohim, and you were pleased with me. Please, take my blessing that is brought to you, because Elohim has favored me, and because I have all I need. And he urged him, and he took it. And he said, Let us depart and go, and let me go before you. But he said to him, My master knows that the children are weak, and the flocks and herds which are nursing are with me. And if the men should strive them hard one day, all the flock shall die. Please let my master go before his servant, and let me lead on slowly according to the pace of the livestock that go before me, and according to the pace of the children, until I come to my master in Seir. And Esau said, Please let me leave with you some of the people who are with me. But he said, Why this? Let me find favor in the eyes of my master. And Esau returned that day on his way to Seir. And Jacob set out to Sukkot, and built himself a house, and made booths for his livestock. That is why the name of the place is called Sukkot. And Jacob came safely to the city of Shechem, which is in the land of Canaan, when he came from Padan Aram. And he pitched his tent before the city. And he brought the portion of the field where he had pitched his tent from the children of Hamor, Shechem's father, for 100 kesitah. And he set up a slaughter place there and called it El Elohei Yisrael. And Dinah, the daughter of Leah, whom she had borne to Yaakov, went out to see the daughters of the land. And Shechem, son of Hamor, the Kivite, prince of the land, saw her and took her, and lay with her, and humbled her. And his being clung to Dinah, the daughter of Yaakov, and he loved the girl and spoke kindly to the girl. And Shechem spoke to his father Hamor, saying, Take this girl for me for a wife. And Yaakov heard that he had defiled Dinah his daughter. Now his sons were with his livestock in the field, so Yaakov kept silent until they came. And Hamor, the father of Shechem, went out to Yaakov to speak with him. And the sons of Yaakov came in from the field when they heard it. And the men were grieved and very wroth. But he had done a senseless deed in Yisrael Balaam with Yaakov's daughter, which should not be done. But Hamor spoke with them, saying, My son Shechem's being longs for your daughter. Please give her to him for a wife, and intermarry with us. Give us your daughters, and take our daughters for yourselves, and dwell with us, and let the land be before you. Dwell and move about in it, and have possessions in it. And Shechem said to her father and her brothers, Let me find favor in your eyes, and whatever you say to me I give. Ask of me a bride price and gift ever so high, and I give according to what you say to me. But give me the girl for a wife. But the sons of Yaakov answered Shechem and Hamor his father, and spoke with deceit, because he had defiled Dinah their sister. And they said to them, We are not able to do this matter, to give our sister to one who is uncircumcised, for that would be a reproach to us. Only on this would we agree to you. If you become as we are, to have every male of you circumcised, then we shall give our daughters to you, and take your daughters to us, and we shall dwell with you, and shall become one people. But if you do not listen to us and be circumcised, we shall take our daughter and go. And their words pleased Hamor, and Shechem, Hamor's son. And the young man did not delay to do this, because he delighted in Yaakov's daughter. Now he was more respected than all the household of his father. And Hamor and Shechem his his son, came to the gate of their city, and spoke with the men of their city, saying, These men are at peace with us, so let them dwell in the land and move about in it. And see, the land is large enough for them. Let us take their daughters for us for wives, and let us give them our daughters. Only on this would the men agree to dwell with us, to be one people, if every male among us is circumcised as they are circumcised. Their herds and their possessions, and all their beasts, should they not be ours? Only let us agree with them, and let them dwell with us. And all who went out of the gate of his city listened to Hamor and Shechem his son. Every male was circumcised, all who went out of the gate of his city. And it came to be on the third day, when they were in pain, that two of the sons of Yaakov, Shimon and Levi, Dinah's brothers, each took his sword and came boldly upon the city and killed all the males. And they killed Hamor and Shechem his son with the edge of the sword, and took Dinah from Shechem's house, and went out. The sons of Yaakov came upon the slain and plundered the city, because they had defiled their sister. They took their flocks and their herds, and their donkeys, and that which was in the city and that which was in the field, and all their wealth, and all their little ones and their wives they took captive. They plundered all that was in the houses. And Yaakov said to Shimon and Levi, You have troubled me by making me a stench among the inhabitants of the land, among the Canaanites and the Perizzites. And I am few in number. They shall gather themselves against me and shall strike me, and I shall be destroyed, my household and I. But they said, Should he treat our sister like a whore? And Elohim said to Yaakov, Arise, go up to Bethel and dwell there, and make a slaughter place there to El, who appeared to you when you fled from the face of Esau your brother. And Yaakov said to his household and to all who were with him, Put away the foreign mighty ones that are among you, and cleanse yourselves and change your garments. And let us arise and go up to Bethel, and let me make there a slaughter place to El, who answered me in the day of my distress, and has been with me in the way which I have gone. So they gave Yaakov all the foreign mighty ones which were in their hands, and all their earrings which were in their ears. And Yaakov hid them under the terebinth tree which was near Shechem. And they departed, and the fear of Elohim was upon the cities that were all around them. And they did not pursue the sons of Yaakov. And Yaakov came to Luz, that is, Bethel, which is in the land of Canaan, he and all the people who were with him. And he built there a slaughter place, and called the place El Bethel, because there Elohim appeared to him when he fled from the face of his brother. And Deborah, Rivkah's nurse, died, and she was buried below Bethel, under the terebinth tree. So the name of it was called Alon Bakuth. And Elohim appeared to Yaakov again, when he came from Padan Aram, and blessed him. And Elohim said to him, Your name is Yaakov. Your name is no longer called Yaakov, but Yisrael is your name. So he called his name Yisrael. And Elohim said to him, I am El Shaddai. Be fruitful and increase. A nation and a company of nations shall be from you, and sovereigns come from your body. In the land which I gave Abraham and Yitzchak I give to you, and to your seed after you I give this land. And Elohim went up from him in the place where he had spoken with him. Yaakov set up a standing column in the place where he had spoken with him, a monument of stone. And he poured a drink offering on it, and he poured oil on it. And Yaakov called the name of the place where Elohim spoke with him, Bethel. Then they set out from Bethel, and it came to be, when there was but a little distance to go to Ephrat, that Rachel began to give birth, and had great difficulty giving birth. And it came to be, as she was having great difficulty giving birth, that the midwife said to her, Do not fear, for it is another son for you. And it came to be, as her life was going out, for she died, that she called his name Benoni, but his father called him Benjamin. So Rachel died and was buried on the way to Ephrath, that is, Bethlehem. And Yaakov set a standing column on her burial place, which is the monument of Rachel's burial place to this day. And Yisrael set out and pitched his tent beyond the tower of Eder. And it came to be, when Yisrael dwelt in that land, that Reuben went and lay with Bilhah, his father's concubine. And Yisrael heard about it. Now the sons of Yaakov were 12. The sons of Leah were Reuben, Yaakov's firstborn, and Shimon, and Lewi, and Yehuda, and Yissachar, and Zebulun. The sons of Rachel were Joseph and Benjamin. The sons of Bilhah, Rachel's female servant, were Dan and Naphtali. And the sons of Zilpah, Leah's female servant, were Gad and Asher. These were the sons of Yaakov who were born to him in Padan Aram. And Yaakov came to his father Yitzchak at Mamre, or Kiryat Arba, that is Hebron, where Abraham and Yitzchak had dwelt. And the days of Yitzchak were 180 years. So Yitzchak breathed his last and died, and was gathered to his people, aged and satisfied of days, and his sons Esau and Yaakov buried him. And this is the genealogy of Esau, who is Edom. Esau took his wives from the daughter of Canaan, Adah, the daughter of Elon the Kittite, and Oholibamah, the daughter of Anah, the daughter of Zibon the Kewite, and Basemath, Ismael's daughter, sister of Nebayot. And Adah bore Eliphaz to Esau, and Basemath bore Reuel, and Oholibamah bore Yeush, and Yalam and Korach. These were the sons of Esau who were born to him in the land of Canaan. And Esau took his wives, and his sons, and his daughters, and all the beings of his household, and his herds, and all his beasts, and all his possessions which he had gained in the land of Canaan, and went to a land away from the presence of his brother Yaakov, for their possessions were too great for them to dwell together, and the land of the sojourners could not support them because of their herds. So Esau dwelt in Mount Seir. Esau is Edom. And this is the genealogy of Esau, the father of the Edomites in Mount Seir. These were the names of Esau's sons: Eliphaz, son of Adah, wife of Esau, and Reuel, son of Basemath, wife of Esau. And the sons of Eliphaz were Teman, Omar, Zepho, and Gatam, and Konatz. And Timnah was the concubine of Eliphaz, Esau's son, and she bore Amalek to Eliphaz. These were the sons of Adah, Esau's wife. These were the sons of Reuel, Nakat and Zarak, Shammah and Mitzah. These were the sons of Basemath, Esau's wife. These were the sons of Oholibamah, Esau's wife, the daughter of Anah, the daughter of Zebon, and she bore to Esau Yeush and Yalam and Korach. These were the chiefs of the sons of Esau. The sons of Eliphaz, the firstborn of Esau, were Chief Teman, Chief Omar, Chief Zepho, Chief Konatz, Chief Korach, Chief Gatam, Chief Amalek. These were the chiefs of Eliphaz in the land of Edom. They were the sons of Adah. And these were the sons of Reuel, Esau's sons: Chief Nakat, Chief Zarak, Chief Shammah, and Chief Mitzah. These were the chiefs of Reuel in the land of Edom. These were the sons of Basemath, Esau's wife. And these were the sons of Oholibamah, Esau's wife: Chief Yeush, Chief Yalam, and Chief Korach. These were the chiefs from Oholibamah, Esau's wife, the daughter of Anah. These were the sons of Esau, who is Edom, and these were their chiefs. These were the sons of Seir, the Korite, who inhabited the land: Lotan and Shobal, and Zibon and Anah, and Dishon, and Etzer and Dishan. These were the chiefs of the Korites, the sons of Seir, in the land of Edom. And the sons of Lotan were Kori and Hemam. Lotan's sister was Timnah. And these were the sons of Shobal, Alwan and Manakat, and Abal, Shepho and Onam. And these were the sons of Zebon, both Ayah and Anah. This was the Anah who found the water in the wilderness as he fed the donkeys of his father Zebon. And these were the children of Anah, Dishon and Oholibamah, the daughter of Anah. And these were the sons of Dishon, Chemdan, and Eshban, and Yithran, and Karan. These were the sons of Ezer, Bilhan, and Zaawan, and Aquan. These were the sons of Dishon, Uts, and Aran. These were the chiefs of the Korites: Chief Lotan, Chief Shobal, Chief Zebon, Chief Anah, Chief Dishon, Chief Ezer, and Chief Dishan. These were the chiefs of the Korites, according to their chiefs in the land of Seir. And these were the sovereigns who reigned in the land of Edom, before any sovereign reigned over the children of Israel. And Bela, the son of Beor, reigned in Edom, and the name of his city was Dinah. And Bela died, and Yobab, son of Zarak of Botzrah, reigned in his place. And Yobab died, and Cusham of the land of the Temanites reigned in his place. And Cusham died, and Hadad, son of Bedad, who struck Midian in the field of Moab, reigned in his place. And the name of his city was Awith. And Hadad died, and Samlah of Mazreqah reigned in his place. And Samlah died, and Shaul of Rehoboth by the river reigned in his place. And Shaul died, and Baal-Hanan, son of Akbor, reigned in his place. And Baal-Hanan, son of Akbor, died, and Hadar reigned in his place. And the name of his city was Pa'u, and his wife's name was Mehetabel, the daughter of Matred, the daughter of Me-Zahab. And these were the names of the chiefs of Esau, according to their clans and their places, by their names: Chief Timnah, Chief Alwa, Chief Yatet, Chief Oholibamah, Chief Elah, Chief Panon, Chief Konatz, Chief Teman, Chief Mibzar, Chief Magdiel, Chief Eram. These were the chiefs of Edom, according to their dwelling places, in the land of their possession. Esau was the father of the Edomites.